Israel-Palestine conflict continues to escalate and Israel is at war. And I have Mr. Kobbi Shoshani with me, who is the Consul General of Israel to Mumbai. So thank you for speaking to Times Network. Firstly, I would like to express on behalf of the Times Network to accept our heartfelt condolences for the innocent lives that have lost, and we also pray speedy recovery of the injured.
Thank you very much, Rakesh. As you mentioned, we are at war since Saturday morning, 6:30. Not easy times in Israel, I have to say. We are still buried our deaths, taking care in the hospital our injuries, try to understand what's happened here. In between, we are controlled the south part of Israel completely. Of course, it's going to be this way or another some incidents, but I can say in almost definite decision that we are controlled completely the southern part of Israel. In between, airstrike in Gaza Strip continue to work. Our Air Force work in a very hard way.
At the same time, we also learning that the violence continues as the fresh attack conducted by the Hamas.
Still, it's a very sporadic incidents. Some of them are hiding behind the bushes. It's not easy to find out and to clear all the area but I can assure to you they are not going to get out of these bushes alive or dead. Never will not leave them to live. They will pay the price for what they did. But this is a very sporadic incident. In between, we have some rockets coming up from Gaza to our civilians' villages and cities. It's a challenge, but we have a facility to intercept these missiles. And right now, I can say that we are ended our first stage to control the south part of Israel, and we are now started to our war against this brutal. I don't even want to say terrorists, because they are not terrorists, they are animals on two legs.
Yes, because exactly my next question was about the same, as that the horror stories continue to emerge on social media with various terrible videos that one cannot even afford to watch them.
It's very difficult to watch how people that define themselves people, yes, acting towards kids, women, elderly people. They open and they touched our historical nerves. If you know the history of Israel, if you touch the Israeli nerve in such a way, the retaliation will be unprecedented. I think our Prime Minister make it very clear. It's going to be a long war. It's going to be a tough war. But we are going to change the Middle East this way or another. It's going to be something that haven't been seen before in the Middle East.
Mr. Shoshani, the first attack came at the VRs and then the 5,000 rockets launched at Israel. Do you think that it was a sudden plan from the Hamas, or do you believe that it was a well-planned conspiracy, well-hatched in advance?
First of all, I have to admit it was quite a surprise for us. It was the last day of our Jewish holiday. Most of the people were in parties, in a family. And that was the main casualties. Also, it was a big surprise. I'm not but right now, our aim is first of all to clear and to teach a lesson to all these criminals. And the answer is Hamas did it. He is responsible he's the authority in Gaza Strip, and he will pay the price for it. And I'm sure that it was national involvement, especially from our enemies around the world. I can mention the connections between these terrorists, brutal terrorists, with Hezbollah in Lebanon and with the Iranians. Money comes from various sources around the Middle East. But believe me or not, we know how to find out them, and they will pay the price.
Exactly, I wanted to ask you the same, that could Hamas dare to attack a country like Israel without such backup from the other foreign countries?
It's a big question. It's a hard question. I don't know how to answer. Definitely, there is an international involvement and money. Definitely, we will find out in the next days what was happened, how it was happened and who was involved, and everybody who were involved will pay the price for it.
But what do you think? Where did South go wrong as far as the intelligence gathering is concerned?
I tell you something that I've been asked about that so many times since Saturday morning. The responsibility of this intelligence in Gaza Strip is the army, the Israeli intelligence forces. We have enough equipment, we have enough intelligence there. I don't think it's part of the main target of the Mossad, but definitely it was a big surprise. But surprises during the history were happened. It happened in 1945, in 39, in the First World War, in Barbarossa. It's happened in 73 in Israel, in Yom Kippur War, October War. It's happened all over the world. There is surprises. Intelligence is not 100% okay, but we will investigate, find out what's happened there. How come that 1,000 terrorists entered to Israel without pre-warning? It's a big issue in Israel right now, but right now our aim is just to concentrate in one thing, is to teach them a lesson.
The world has already seen a conflict of Russia-Ukraine. Can the world afford a next such big conflict as far as Israel is concerned?
As I mentioned before, Israel at war. I don't know how long it's going to take. Our Prime Minister made it very clear that it's going to be a long war with the casualties, with price. But right now, as I said again before, they touch our historical nerves. And when you touch our historical nerves, you have to expect to retaliation in a way that you haven't seen before.
And as far as the Indians concerned, what are the fresh advisories for the foreign nationals, including Indians stranded in Israel, because some of them are reporting about running out of supplies. So what are the efforts being taken on the government-to-government level as far as their rescue, their passage is concerned?
I know many Indians, that some of them are students, some of them takers, workers, some of them are tourists, most of them left. I spoke to our Prime Minister yesterday, and he made it in a very clear voice that the Minister of Foreign Affairs will take care of every Indian and other nationalities request to leave, and he will do the utmost to help him. Right now, as far as I know, I don't know about casualties among Indians. Don't forget that we have also Indian Jews in Israel, but they are Israelis. But we have a lot of Indians that are in Israel. Most of them are in the center of Israel, which is quite safe. No big, as far as I know right now, no injuries. I've heard about one, but I'm not sure that she's Indian or not. But right now I can say that most of the Indians that they are live in Israel. And thanks also to your embassy in Tel Aviv, we are cooperating with them. Right now we don't have any known Indian that were injured, kidnapped or killed.
Okay, that is a good information as far as the Indians are concerned. But is there any timeline to evacuate all the Indians in case if some of them are stranded at a conflict zone?
As I mentioned, the Prime Minister mentioned it in a very clear voice that the Minister of Foreign Affairs will take responsibility. The second thing is, of course, yes, right now Air India is not flying directly to Israel because of the situation. I hope that they will open the line. But we have Israeli airlines that actually acting and working towards the Gulf, Dubai and Abu Dhabi, and still continue to fly. Also, the Emirates is still continue to fly to Israel. Ethiopian Airlines also is another way to go to India, and Bangkok as well. I'm talking about the destination that there is a very good connections to India, but I think that right now I don't know about Indians that would like to leave and they don't have a solution for that.